In this session, we're going to have a look at how we transfer information from our sales daybook into the general ledger. So on screen at the moment, we have a sales daybook for March. Now, what we'll do first of all is we'll record a postings list. Now, when we're posting one of our books of prime entry into the general ledger, we just post the totals for an accounting period. So let's have a look at how each of the totals in our sales daybook will be recorded in the general ledger. Well, first of all, the total column in the sales daybook represents or records increases in the amounts that are owed to the business by its customers. And this is an asset. So an increase in an asset is recorded as a debit. The asset in question is the money owed to the business, and this is recorded in the sales ledger control account. And the date that we'll use will be the period end date. Next, we'll move on to the VAT column, and here the total of 1648. Well, that represents an increase in the amount of money that the business owes to HMRC in VAT. So that's a liability, and an increase in liability is recorded as a credit. And this will be recorded on the credit side of our VAT account. Finally, we have the net column, and this records the net sales for the period. So that sum of 8,240 is an increase in the value of the business's sales in the current accounting year. Now that's income of the business, and an increase in income is recorded as a credit. The account that it's going to be recorded to is the sales account. And now we've recorded and completed our list of postings, we'll look at the actual entries in the T accounts of our general ledger. So we're going to record postings to the VAT account, the sales ledger control account, and the sales account. First of all, we'll record that £9,888, the debit side of our sales ledger control account. We'll record the date, and we also, in terms of a description, we'll write sales, and then the amount will go in the debit column of that sales ledger control account. We'll then record the £1,648 on the credit side of our VAT account. Again, we'll record the date. This time the description will be sales ledger control, because the corresponding debit to the credit in our VAT account is recorded in the sales ledger control account. And finally, we'll record that 8,240 on the credit side of our sales account. And again, the description that I'll use in that account will be sales ledger control, because that's where the corresponding debit of that amount is recorded in our general ledger. And that is how we transfer information from our sales daybook into the general ledger.